Dear friends, good morning. On Monday, the 18th of May, another week in lockdown land. This week I thought I'd share some of my favourite proverbs with you. The book of Proverbs, along with Ecclesiastes and Job, is part of the so-called wisdom literature in the Old Testament. Wisdom is unlike the rest of the Old Testament in that it doesn't give us laws to obey, nor does it give us Christian principles to live by that we find in the New Testament. Instead, it gives us wisdom for the 80% of our lives which the rest of the Bible doesn't address directly. What shall we do this weekend? Where shall we go on holiday this year? Is it okay for my son to play with those friends? How shall I deal with this customer? Should I go out to the pub tonight? Would she be the right person for me to go out with? What time should I get up? How should I word this email? There's no right or wrong to most of these concerns. The Bible doesn't address them directly. But these are the sort of issues that occupy so much of our time. Does the Bible have anything to say about them? Is God concerned? Yes, and that's why he's given us Proverbs, which give us wisdom for everyday living. So let's start with this. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That phrase is repeated 20 times in the book of Proverbs, and it reminds us that we'll never be truly wise unless we know the Lord and build our lives on him. Although wisdom is more than knowing the Lord, it's never less than knowing him. Knowing the Lord is the absolutely essential foundation of wisdom. That's why the fool, who is mentioned 72 times in Proverbs, says, "There is no God," quoting Psalm 14 verse 1. Have you ever wondered why some very intelligent and clever people sometimes make some very foolish decisions? It's often because they don't take the Lord into account in their lives sufficiently. If we don't build our lives on the fear of the Lord, we will build it on the fear of something or someone else. Fear of not getting approval, fear of what others might think, fear of failure, fear of criticism, or the dreaded FOMO, fear of missing out. If we build our lives on these fears, we will inevitably make unwise decisions. But if we build our lives on the fear of the Lord, who we know loves us absolutely and unconditionally, we will have an inner calm and poise and security, which will enable us to make wise decisions, even if we do fail or things go wrong or disasters happen. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.